Hello, my name is Matthew Martinez, and I'm a senior at Young Men's Leadership Academy in San Antonio, Texas. I'm currently enrolled in the McMurry online dual credit course named Principles of Communication. I plan to, after graduation from high school, to attend the University of Texas at Austin and to pursue a degree in physical culture and sports. My career goal is to become a sports agent. Hopefully, in the next 10 years, I can become a successful sports agent, leaving some lavishes such as New York, Miami, or Los Angeles. My preferred career goal, possession communication skills is key. If you cannot sell yourself to a client, then you cannot gain business. I personally believe that I possess great communication skills. I believe that because I'm Mexican American, and Mexican Americans, man, love to talk. I think sometimes I like to talk too much. Therefore, I believe that my culture will serve me well in the future for my preferred career goal. Now, throughout this video, I will talk about how my upbringing has affected by my culture and how my culture, or all cultures for that matter, have affected people's nonverbal communication and mass communication skills. Now, to get things started, what is a collectivist culture? A collectivist culture is a type of community where the need for community is stressed, whereas an individualist culture, the need for more individuals is stressed. Being a Mexican American, I believe that my culture is really big on collectivist culture. I say it's because there's so many gatherings. There's really a gathering for everything. There can be a gathering for a job promotion or a kid's tooth being pulled out. I believe that my culture has affected the way I see the world because it has given me a Mexican point of view. I feel that it has given me a biased lens on how to see the world. And I feel that can be said for all cultures. That I might see something differently that another culture might. For instance, the Day of the Dead. To me, that's such a big holiday, whereas another culture, just not. Additionally, I said Mexicans love to talk so much. I think I'm a big example of that because personally, I believe I talk too much to the point where I think people are annoyed with what I'm saying at this point. But I think that me talking so much, it will be a great skill for when I go into my career because, like I said, if I can't sell myself to an athlete, then I can't grow as a client. And I feel like growing up, just being able to talk to everyone, just being able to just experience everything in my culture has really helped me as an individual, especially my communication. Now that we know how my culture has affected me, let's see how my culture has an effect on nonverbal communication, or what is nonverbal communication? Nonverbal communication is the ability to communicate with somebody without clearly speaking to them with words. And I believe nonverbal communication plays a huge part in my culture. For instance, when you go to a party or a gathering, you always give somebody a hug, a kiss on the cheek, a handshake, something like that, just to recognize that you see them, you know they're there, just say hello, really. Or another way we show nonverbal communication is just having good manners with everyone you see. And if you don't do this, you can be seen as being not in manners, being unpolite, or just not going along with what our traditions are. And I feel like if you don't represent these nonverbal communications well, then you might be seen differently. And I believe that every culture has their own nonverbal communications. And I feel that we should respect them all because they respect us, or hopefully they respect us. And I feel like growing up in my way of life with Mexican culture, that nonverbal communication just influenced me so much that I feel like it will influence me when I go to my career path. That when I'm able to meet someone, I'm able to give them a good handshake, look them in the eye, and I'll just be so prepared with nonverbal communicating skills that I'll just be more successful in my career than someone who does not have the same culture. Lastly, I want to hit on the effects of cultures on mass communication. Mass communication. Mass communication is a large-scale sending of a message through either technology or through social media platforms. Example of this can be a person getting on a microphone and speaking to a bunch of people, or a social media influencer tweeting on the morning to all their followers. Now, how can culture affect mass communication? When I first think of this question, I think of how does so much culture, or their upbringing really, affect what they post on their social media platform? To me personally, I believe that social media is the biggest form of mass communication there is. For instance, a Mexican influencer might post something different than an Irish influencer. I believe that with all things, it really just depends on what your culture is and how it's affected you. Like, take me for instance. Yes, I'm a Mexican American, but I don't necessarily participate in all the Mexican traditions that there is. However, if I see something that's about my Mexican culture and I feel compelled to post it, then I will. I feel that it's really just how you've been raised and how your culture has affected you. All forms of communications, there is advantages and disadvantages of it. Some advantages of mass communication is that it keeps people connected, it allows you to share things to numerous people, and it gives a voice to people that might not have a voice. It allows people to share their ideas with really everyone. Now, some disadvantages of it is that it can spread hate, and it can put people's personal life into the spotlight where they want to keep things personal. And also, it can discourage others to share their ideas because they're going to be scared of what people have to say about what they believe in. Hence, I believe that the way a person is brought up will determine their way to communicate with others through the rest of their life. That individual's culture and upbringing will affect their ability to have those certain communication skills, will affect their ability to have those nonverbal and mass communication skills. Thank you.